What is that? You can just trigger that? You don't have to deflect? Why you got such a cute waist for? Hello everybody, my name is aerosalikenvt. I'm your futuristic alien mechanic, and today we are going to be watching 10 fighting game characters that had to be banned in tournament, a video that I'm very excited about, not just because of the video and the content, but because I was very lucky to get a comment from this person, James Croft. He commented on one of my previous videos and he seems really, really nice and gave some really friendly insight. So I thought we should check him out. A prolific creator in his own right, so why not support the people around us as I wade into the fighting game community pool with no floaties and I don't know how to swim. Before we get started, just a quick heads up, the video that was supposed to come out Thursday is unfortunately being held right now, and I will hopefully be able to release it on Sunday, but there may not be a Sunday episode, which is fine because I'm streaming Sunday. I will be streaming on Sunday, August 16th, playing Street Fighter 6. So if there's no video, at least you can come catch me training to see if I can learn Ed in one stream from Street Fighter 6. I'm very excited. Stick around to the end of the video to hear member shoutouts, as well as a sneak peek of what might be coming up next week. I'm loving learning more about tournaments. I've actually been looking up local tournaments in my area, and I'm hoping to go to some in the fall. So I'm very excited to start to branch out into some of the people that are actually actively in the community as well.
Folks, today we're going to be talking about the most problematic of fighting game characters, and those are the banned characters, the characters that you are simply not allowed to pick in a tournament or in a competitive multiplayer environment. I had seen this video by Stumblebee called Why It's Almost Impossible to Ban Fighting Game Characters, and I enjoyed the video quite a bit. I mean, that's really true, that it is really, really hard to ban fighting game characters. It happens very, very rarely. So that got me thinking, well, how many times has it happened? How many characters can I find that have been banned in tournament in their respective game over the years? So I really had to scour the internet and do a bunch of research to put together this list of 10 banned fighting game characters, whether it's simply because they were too overpowered, because they offered specific advantages that other characters didn't. For whatever reason, these characters were completely banned from tournament at certain points in time in their game's lifespan. So I hope you guys enjoy the list and find it entertaining. I would really appreciate it if you could hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and hit that sub button as well so that you don't miss all my uploads. It really helps me out. And leave a comment if there's a character you think I forgot, or a character that you think deserved to be banned but never got banned. I would love to hear.
Everybody go like his video. I'm liking it right now.
Hear what you guys have to say. I always read my comments, and I'll reply and heart some ones that I really like. So make sure to do that. But with all that out of the way, let's jump in.
I'm so curious
because
they're definitely
on our list of.
I'm curious because A, there may be characters that I actually am going to start recognizing now that I've gotten a little bit into it, and B, there's absolutely going to be characters that I don't recognize. I know that somebody in the comments of a previous video mentioned that they, at a tournament that they run, they had banned a character because I think the voice actor for them was problematic or something, but I can't recall. So I'm curious to see like the reasoning behind a lot of these bans.
And fighting game characters. All right, first up, we got to jump through some hoops to even pick this guy. We got to start at Ryu.
Okay.
And then we go to T-Hawk. And then we go to Guile. And then we go to Cammy.
Okay.
And then we go back to Ryu.
Wait,
and then
why?
we press start and all 3 punches, and then we get Akuma, okay? Akuma is the OG banned character from Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, aka Super Turbo. Yeah, this guy was just ridiculous. He wasn't really intended to be a played character. That's why they hid him behind a code, and you can really tell he was not balanced for multiplayer play. He's pretty much better than Ryu and Ken in basically every way. He can combo off of his Tatsumaki, his hurricane kick, and it's invincible, which is kind of crazy. He has 2 invincible reversals, his uppercut and his hurricane kick, which is kind of crazy. He has the flaming red fireball that he can do with a half circle forward, and that is going to go through other fireballs because it's multiple hits. His heavy punch fireball always knocks down, which is pretty ridiculous. He's really, really good at keeping the opponent out and rushing them down. His combo damage is pretty much untouchable. He just does insane damage out of nowhere using his combos. He also has a really, really good teleport. It goes completely full
he's got
screen,
good
and
movement.
it's super fast. You know, just in case you're having trouble getting in on the opponent, which you probably shouldn't be having any problems with this character. And then finally, his air fireball is maybe the most broken thing about him. The game was really not balanced around an air fireball. A lot of characters have anti-fireball tools like Zangief's Lariat and stuff like that, but they just don't work against air fireball. It's so hard to get in on him, and the recovery is so low that he can just follow behind this fireball from anywhere on screen. He just throws the air fireball, walks
that's
up
pretty
behind it.
up if there's no way to counter it.
So that's really over the top, really crazy. This character has been banned basically for the entire tournament life cycle of Super Turbo. Now, you may recall there was a rebalanced version of this game released in 2008 called HD Remix, and the developer's intent was to balance Akuma a little bit, still make him feel strong, but just make him fair and comparable to the rest of the cast. And I would say they didn't really accomplish their goal. Pretty quickly, Akuma did get banned in HD Remix. Players like Damdai, he kind of made it his mission to go into tournaments and show why this character needs to be banned. They also gave him access to his super in HDR, and if you don't know, in the Street Fighter 2 games, you can be thrown out of the startup of your jump. In most Street Fighter games, as soon as you tap up, you're invincible to throws. But in the Street Fighter 2 series, even if you're holding up, you can get hit by throws, which includes Raging Demon. It counts as a throw, so he can do inescapable Raging Demon setups. Yet another reason why he had to be banned in HD Remix. So, yeah, definitely one of the most broken characters in Street Fighter history, and it completely makes sense why this guy is not legal in basically any tournament ever. Next up at number 9, we've got Pet Shop from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This guy is like a flying bird, ice,
I don't know who
zoner,
that guy is.
Hybrid. First of all, because he flies, he's immune to a lot of attacks. He just kind of floats.
That's crazy. You can't kick him. Oh my god, you guys. If I opened a game and I went against a fucking bird and I couldn't kick this bird, I would lose my fucking mind. I already have beef with birds. Birds and I, for the most part, are not simpatico. I do not, generally speaking, with birds.
Over them. So a lot of matchups are like impossible against this guy just because a lot of your moves don't work at all. He's got pretty good projectiles. His full screen control is pretty powerful. He's even got homing projectiles that will track the opponent wherever they go. Pretty hard to get in on. Pet Shop can also do insane damage. He can do really, really ridiculous links and combos, and he can even link his supers together to do ridiculous damage at the end of his combos. But the real thing that caps this off and makes this character completely busted is this move here where the icicle falls. So this icicle is going to hit overhead, meaning you have to block it standing. But Pet Shop can just go low at the same time, and you're putting in unblockable because, of course, there's no way you can block high and low at the same time. So Pet Shop has the best unblockables in the game. He can unblockable you basically whenever he wants. He can loop unblockables, unblockable into full combo, unblockable into super. Complete nonsense with this guy. So yeah, this game is still played, if you can believe it. There are online tournaments and stuff like that for this game. But generally, in all of them, Pet Shop is not going to be a legal pick. This bird is not the word. Don't pick him, guys. He's broken. Next up at number 8, we got another sort of secret character. You're not supposed to pick this guy.
Power Rangers
is perhaps a reason why they made him so broken. It's Ivan Ooze. There's actually a really good video that goes into details for why this character is so insane. I'll go ahead and link that for you. But generally, this guy's pretty crazy. Just like Pet Shop, he flies around, so that gives him some advantages. He can fly over.
I don't know who that character is. I'm not very well versed in Power Rangers because I didn't really watch a lot of it growing up. Right here, this guy, don't ask me why I'm saying this. It's just the vibe that I get. He looks like he would eat all of my favorite food, and then I come downstairs and I'm like, why did you eat all my food? And he's like, F you, and then he punches me in the face and leaves.
There's some stuff, there's lots of combos that don't work on him because of the way he flies. He's got ridiculous projectiles, really, really hard to get in on him. But by far, the most problematic thing about this guy has got to be this move right here, okay? Let's talk about some of the things that this move does. Obviously, it's homing projectiles.
It looks like it probably makes him invincible, too.
It's invincible.
Yeah.
So you're just going to go through the opponent's attacks when you use this.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, did I mention that you can use this during hit stuns? So if you're being hit by the opponent, you're being comboed, You can
just
use
trigger
this
that?
move.
You
It
don't
doesn't
have to
matter.
deflect?
You'll just instantly become invincible and throw out these projectiles.
Oh, that
so
pissed
honestly,
me off.
if an Ivan Ooze player just spams this move over and over, there's pretty much no possible way to beat them. So of course this guy has to be banned. I actually had wondered, like, does anyone actually play this game in tournament? It was kind of hard to find details, but it turns out yes. The same community that runs tournaments for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, the new Power Rangers fighting game, they've also run a couple tournaments for this game, the classic Super Nintendo / Genesis one. And I thought that was pretty fun that people are still playing this in 2021. I'll link those down in the description as well.
Oh,
if you want to see what some
2021.
high-level play in this game looks like. But trust me, Ivan Ooze is banned in those tournaments, so you're not going to see this guy. He is ridiculously broken. One of the most broken fighting game characters of all time.
Yeah,
Next up at number
that.
7, we've got Meta Knight. Now, I am not a good Smash player. In fact, far from it. But even I am aware of the sort of menace that Meta Knight was in
He's
Super
not even
Smash
in the
Brothers
modern
Brawl.
games, is he?
I guess they let this guy rock for a couple years, and then eventually he just started getting banned in everything. His mobility is crazy. He has so many double jumps. He has ridiculous normals. He has a 2-frame up air, 2-frame startup.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. He's really good at edge guarding the opponent with his down air as well.
Edging.
His recovery and
Guys,
his
he's good at
stalling
edging.
are insane as well.
Bro, we could just fly under the fucking thing. That's
He
crazy.
can navigate from one side of the stage from the other and be completely unhit.
Dude, I played Smash Brothers. Boy, howdy, was I just baffled at the fact that there's basically 2 buttons that you hit, A and X, or A and B or whatever. I was baffled. The simplicity of the controls. My brain was trying to overcomplicate things, or maybe I just fundamentally didn't understand like the combination of moves that you could do, and so I wasn't getting to the complicated mechanics. It was not clicking in my brain. I got my ass handed to me at Super Smash Bros, and I did not know why. Nobody explained anything to me. I just played the game, got my ass beat, and then cried that I'd picked the wrong lesbian. Sorry, Sheik.
He can just get the stock lead and just run away, and you're gonna have to chase him down for like 8 minutes. So, and if you go to a tier list for this game, you're always gonna see Meta Knight is just head and shoulders above the rest of the cast. He's really operating on his own level where he can't be touched. So I think it makes sense that, you know, after a little while of playing the game, people realized, okay, we're gonna have to do something, and they banned Meta Knight from competitive play. So they've released other Smash games since Brawl, obviously, and Meta
trying to see
Knight
how many-
has been a lot
Sonic.
more balanced in those. So thankfully, we don't have to deal with this menace anymore. Next up, we're going to talk about Soul Calibur 2. So those of you
my friend
who,
bought
grew
me a
up
Soul
in
Calibur
the
game.
early 2000s, like me, you guys might remember that Soul Calibur 2, it had 3 versions with 3 specific to their respective console characters. So GameCube owners got Link, PS2 owners got Heihachi, Xbox owners got Spawn for whatever. Spawn's not really like a Microsoft character, but I guess they didn't have that much to choose from. And then Necrid as well was a console exclusive character across all 3 consoles. He was not on the arcade version. So at the time, obviously arcades were a lot more popular. People were actually playing tournaments on the arcade version of games, and thus it had been decided that basically these characters were offering an unfair advantage. It wouldn't make sense if you go to a tournament and randomly they're running it on PS2, but you have a GameCube at home, so you've never practiced against Heihachi. That's a situation that people really wanted to avoid. So all 3 of these characters were banned, plus Necrid
that makes
was banned
sense
as well because he was not playable in the arcade version, and some tournaments were run on arcade.
Yeah,
so
that
I've
makes
heard
total
some people
sense.
theorize that they think Link is overpowered and that's why he's banned, but that's actually not true. Link is generally considered bottom tier in Soul Calibur 2.
I mean,
he's got kind of a lot of issues, doesn't do that much damage. His attacks are very linear, vulnerable to sidestepping, which is one of the main elements of Soul Calibur. Is there's a lot of horizontal movement and
it seems like it just leaves him open for a lot of his moves.
Despite having projectiles,
like they seem
which
slow,
may seem like kind of a unique feature for Link to have.
It's not that Link seems slow. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is it looks like it takes a lot of frames for him to do fucking anything. And from what little I understand, it seems like the more frames it takes, the more vulnerable you are being interrupted or losing.
He is still not good despite that. And actually, nowadays, there are tournaments run for this game using the Dolphin emulator, which emulates the GameCube version, and Link is actually legal in those. So he's not banned in every tournament now. Things have come around in the online tournament era. But back in the day when this game was current, all of the console characters were banned.
I think that's super
Speaking
fair.
of console exclusive characters, would you believe this happened again in the Soul Calibur series? Soul Calibur 4, they brought us Yoda and Darth Vader. Yoda
That's
was
very
exclusive
fun.
to Xbox
He's so
360
little.
and Darth Vader was exclusive to the PS3. So again, these characters had to be banned in tournament because it's just unfair if you go to a tournament and either your main is not playable because of the console they have there,
for sure.
or if you have to fight this character that you've never seen before because they're exclusive to a console that you don't have. That's a little bit unfair too. They don't want tournament competitors to be forced to buy 2 consoles, so I think it makes sense to ban them. But they did make these characters purchasable on both platforms later down the line. You could get them both. So they were actually unbanned. This is another sort of rumor I see a lot, is that Yoda was banned because he's too small, because you can't hit him, but that is not true. Yoda was
he's big enough to hit
for a period of time in Soul Calibur 4 after he became available on both platforms.
Anybody's
but there's another character
big enough to
in this
hit
game
if you try.
who was banned for the entire life cycle of the game after a certain point. And that character is going to be Hilda. So Hilda was allowed to rock for a little bit in Soul Calibur 4, but she was pretty quickly identified as being a problematic character. The main reason is what you saw right there. She has what's called the Doom combo, which is a combo where she's pretty much going to ring you out from anywhere on screen. So it turns out that having access to like easy one-touch kills is a little bit ridiculous in Soul Calibur, where no one else really has that. She has some other good things as well. She's very safe. She's got very long reach thanks to the fact that she uses a pole arm.
Yeah, she's got
generally
the pole.
It's a pretty broken character, and before too long, she did get banned in most tournaments. I think there are some that allowed her to rock, but for the most part, she is not a legal character because of the massive potential for ring outs and her just general strength in all other aspects as well.
Wait, hold on. I have to look up what a ring out is. Losing a round in a 3D game by being knocked out of the boundaries of the stage rather than through the normal means of a KO or a timeout. I see. Understandable. Have to. Guys, I'm using the glossary. I'm learning.
Got another boss character who wasn't really balanced around multiplayer play. It's going to be Gil from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So this is another character who wasn't originally playable, but when the game was ported to home consoles, they decided to let fans go nuts and play Gil. So Gil is very, very broken. He's got a similar moveset to Urien, but Urien, his moves are charge moves. He has to hold back or down for a couple seconds before he can use them, but Gil does not have that restriction, so he can just throw out very powerful moves whenever he wants. He's got a very cool gimmick where as he switches sides, the side that faces the camera determines the element of his moves. So he can do ice attacks when he's facing one way, and they transform into fire attacks when he faces the other way.
That's kind of cool.
Which I think is a really, really cool mechanic. But unfortunately, it's attached to a character who you're really not allowed to play in tournament because he is just so broken. So his
I think he's very cool. I really like his design for the most part. I love the blue hair. But can we be so real about the name Gil for a second? I'm so sorry if your name is Gil. This is not personal. Gil to me sounds like a fisherman's name. And I'm going to be so real with you. That man, no fisherman.
Normals, his combos, his specials not requiring charge. Such huge advantages for the character. Also, his supers are totally busted as well. Look at the damage on this.
That's crazy.
Does that look fair?
That's like half his health bar.
And here's another super as well.
Yo, he got wings?
Yeah, pretty decent damage on that, and it's not possible to parry that super either. But the craziest thing about this character, you work so hard.
Wait, is that another
You fight him, you struggle, you get him down to 0 HP, and if he dies with 1 meter, he just comes back and he gets an entire life bar back. So you basically have to kill him twice every round.
Wasn't there another character like that in a different game?
So yeah, that definitely makes Gil over the top and a broken character who is not allowed in any formats whatsoever. So even though his gimmick is very cool, it's a little unfortunate. He did come back in Street Fighter 5. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So they actually did get to make good on this very unique character design. But in his original game, Street Fighter 3, yeah, completely not legal, totally banned. Next up, we have a character from Guilty Gear XX Accent Core, and this is going to be Justice. So Justice is another sort of secret boss
look
character
at that.
who
Hold
became
on.
playable with.
Can we just talk about this Gundam right here? Why you got such a cute waist for? For people to grab? Who is this queen?
The release of the home console version, and Justice was pretty busted in this game. Massive normals, huge damage, hard to block, crazy combos, extremely
Dude, they're so
mobile.
sick.
She had a very, very fast air dash and ground dash, so she
Dude,
was
she's
really
so
hard
cool.
to keep out as well. Justice also had these little nuke things, these little slow-moving bombs that would move slowly across the screen and do massive damage on hit.
The tail
so
whip
definitely
is
a hard
crazy.
character to deal with. The combination of extremely good rushdown and extremely good keep away was a little too much for the game back then. But
Damn.
a little fun thing happened later when Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R was released. They actually
what are you
rebalanced
saying?
Justice,
Are these words
as well
that you're
as
saying?
the other sort of hidden console exclusive character, which was Cliff Anderson. They balanced these characters. They made them more
That's a
fair.
giant
They
sword.
removed Justice's air dash, so she just became a very slow, sort of clunky character. Still with some huge damage and a really good keep away, but not as effective at rushdown. They actually gave her an install super, sort of a power-up activation super that gave her her air dashes back. But of course it costs meters, so that's a big downside. And when it runs out, when it ends, you are left vulnerable. So major
makes sense.
downgrade to Justice, and all of a sudden she became a relatively balanced character, still strong but playable. Same for Cliff. You know,
Interesting.
He's not the best character at Accent Core Plus R, but he's playable, so they allowed these formerly banned characters to be legal in this new version of the game. So pretty cool stuff there, in my opinion. All right, we finally made it to the end of the list here, and this is kind of a... Listen,
Chili
the
Dog?
character's not banned, but the costume is. I told you that we would come back to Gil. They released this costume for Gil, where he dresses like Pyron from Darkstalkers.
I don't know
And
what
it
that
turns
is.
out this costume is just stupid. You can't tell what's going on. I really
He's so
cannot
cool
see
looking,
what
though.
this character's doing with all these hazy effects and
Yeah.
stuff on screen. And also a similar problem happened with Blanca's story costume, his sort of mascot costume. His proportions are just weird. It's hard to tell what
Yeah.
he's doing. He's like strangely undetailed. So they did end up banning these costumes for competitive play just for being too hard to look at, too distracting, and too sort of hiding
The aura
details
failed
of their
the skill
moves.
check, dude.
This actually was not the first time a character had to be banned just in one specific costume. Another Blanca costume, this one from Street Fighter 4, got banned because this sort of carnival decoration was too big,
That's a lot,
too
yeah.
distracting and hard
It's very
to look
beautiful,
at, and
though.
it made it hard to tell what attacks he was doing. And then in Tekken 7, they had to ban a couple
Bro,
of
he's a
preset
fucking
customizations just because they were a little too weird, a little too different, and
Wally,
it was too
bro.
hard to tell what the character was doing on the opponent's side. So they banned these ones
Wally, what are you doing in the FGC? Go back home to Eva.
for Jack as well. So yeah, pretty funny to me that not only can a character be banned because they're too strong, they can also just be banned because the costume is too ugly. So I'm a big fan
No, it's not
of that.
ugly.
But
It's really
tell me,
cool. It's just
were
hard to
you a
see.
fan of this video? Did you like hearing about the banned characters? And again, let me know down in the comments, were there any big ones that didn't make the list, or any characters that you think probably should have been banned for one reason or another? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, so hit me with those down in the comments. I'll definitely be reading them once this video comes out. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you
You're
in the next one.
welcome. Thank you, James Croft. I don't actually know how to refer to him. Is his name Jim? Thank you so much, Lara Croft. That was very fun. It was very, very educational. He clearly did a lot of research. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I learn something new every time I do one of these videos, and it's been so fun. Come to stream August 16th, Sunday. I will be learning how to play Ed, maybe even in just one stream, and then we're going to be doing open lobbies, which I'm super excited about. Leave your comments below. Give me more recommendations. Let me know if you agree with any of his commentary, or if, since this video was made in 2021, if there have been any new ban additions. I have a couple of ideas for some videos that are going to be coming out, and one of those ideas, I will just tell you now, I do my own Rate the Supers, but with games that I've never heard of, so I don't know anything about anything. I think it's going to be great. If you are a YouTube member, thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate you. If you are not a YouTube member and you would like to become one, you get member-only posts and polls where sometimes you see the face behind the titties and the tentacles, member-only videos and live streams that'll be coming out, emojis, badges, And you also get my undying love and affection, which is worth a little bit less than all the rest of those things because they're tangible, but I think it's still worth mentioning. I'm also powered by AdvancedGG if you would like to get yourself a tasty little treat, a little juice. They have energizing drinks, focus drinks, sleepy time drinks, and if you want to support me while also getting yourself something to enjoy while you're watching my videos, use code aero70 to get 10% off of your order. It helps me, it helps you, and it's just all around a good idea. So until the next video, please take care of yourselves and the people around you and leave the world a little better than the way you found it. And I'll see you all next time.